Hello and welcome to the movies. I am going to do my Dark Phoenix trailer reaction. Now, I'm not going to show the full trailer here in this video, so if you've not seen it, look in the description box below. There's a link to the original trailer. I will wait. You can go there now, pause this video, and come back once you've watched the trailer. Okay, so we're going to go through scene to scene and see what we make of the trailer. So, the Dark Phoenix saga is a very popular story in the X-Men universe, and it's something that I'm more familiar with through the animated series in the 90s. I remember it being a big storyline during that run of the animated series. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it translates to film. They did try this in the Last Stand film, and I believe the guy who wrote that film is directing this one. So that wasn't too well received. And now the X-Men timeline has got a little bit messy over the years, but Days of Future Past sort of reset a lot of the timeline. And now this new cast from the First Class took over, basically. So it's a little bit confusing. This could be the last X-Men film. I don't know if they've got any sort of plan, but it could be the last Fox X-Men film with the whole Marvel Fox Disney merger thing. We'll see what happens there, but let's go through scene to scene here. So we start off with Jean going to the mansion, the X-Men mansion with Professor X. Nearly said his name wrong then. Still got his hair. Now, I didn't see Apocalypse, by the way, yet. I've not seen it. Apparently, it wasn't very well received. This is obviously a direct sequel to that. But I haven't seen that film yet. So, I don't know what happened in that film. But I thought he'd maybe lost his hair by now. So, she's obviously a little girl. She goes to Professor. And he says, so she's going to see him. She's wanting to be fixed, basically. Because if you had like weird powers, right, you would feel like a massive outcast, and that's obviously a very prominent sort of storytelling role in the X-Men universe. And obviously, Professor says you're not broken. So they're basically saying, you know, whatever's in Jean could be unleashed from something going wrong, and obviously that's what's going to happen in this film. We see a lot of the cast returning. Here we see himself as Baldy. That's the Professor X that we know. So he's saying, I protected her. We see this scene here where she's driving. I'm guessing that's her mum and dad. This must be early on in the film, before she goes to Professor X and says, can you fix me? And her powers lead to that happening. So I'm assuming that her family get killed in this car accident. I don't know a lot about the actual character's backstory. So Professor X is saying, I protected her. Mystique here says, there's another word for that. So now this looks like sort of mutant outcasts, and I'm guessing this is Magneto's little band of mutants. Yeah, so here she goes to see him. So whatever Professor X has said, obviously is not the thing that Jean's looking for. Or she spent some time at the mansion, but isn't satisfied with what Professor X has said, because obviously we can see here that she is older. She's grown up. She's a woman. I'm not sure how old she's supposed to be here, but she goes to see Magneto, and I'm guessing he leads her down a dark path, and she becomes the Dark Phoenix. We see some sort of church scene here. Again, another one of mutants sort of trying to lead Jean astray. And We see all of the X-Men that we're used to: Storm, Cyclops, Quicksilver, Beast. Somebody must die because there's a lot of crying, and there's like a funeral scene, and then there's a standoff. So this must be later on in the film, or at the midpoint. And she starts using her powers for bad, basically. Bringing down the police. Messing people up. She's got a lot of emotion going on. I always think that the uniform for the X-Men's a little goofy. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. We see all hell breaks loose in this neighborhood. Cyclops and everyone looking moody and upset. So this is, I think, what sets off the chain of events. I think they take a mission and it goes wrong, something to going into space or something. I think that's the backstory of the Dark Phoenix. And you see this. They're looking like Magneto's crew are kind of like outcasts, as we can see. Magneto puts his little helmet thing on that blocks Professor X. We see their Cyclops. Two lovebirds, I guess. I don't know if their relationship's already been formed at this point, or if this is something that comes out of this film. He's trying to reach Jean. I'm guessing they're going to have had a relationship through their time at the mansion, and he's reaching out to her here. There's going to be the emotional angle of the film. So, again, this looks like early on. Oh no, maybe later on in the film. Here's where we see some sort of funeral scene. So somebody dies, because we've got Beast, Professor X, we've got all the X-Men round a grave. So something tragic happens in this film. And I don't know if this is from the space mission that they take early on, or if it's something that Jean does that leads to it. But it looks like it's going to be the two factions of the mutants fighting for control of Jean. There we see. Is this the part where she gets her powers and they unleash in that manner? It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Cool little visual effect there. We see here like all her faces going crazy. I like this as well. So obviously it's called Dark Phoenix, and the X is all circled, and nice little touch there for the logo. So February 14th, not too long to go. Like this effect as well with the X in the background from the space. So space obviously plays a big part in the Dark Phoenix saga. Looks very dark, and I guess the name of the film is Dark Phoenix, so we kind of expect it to be a dark film. It's going to be playing a lot on sort of people's emotions and stuff like that within this universe. I'm interested. It's something that I remember, as I say, from the animated series. It was a keen storyline that I deeply remember from watching the animated series. But other than that, I don't know much more of the actual Dark Phoenix story. So, as I say, they tried to do it in The Last Stand, and it wasn't very well received. So, the guy that wrote that film, I think he's directing this, and he's giving it another crack. Hopefully they can get this series sort of back to positive standing, because Apocalypse I don't think got very good reviews, but the rest of the prequel series has had pretty decent reviews throughout its run. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Anything that I've missed that I should know about, that I should be talking about, let me know, and I'll be sure to respond to you in the comments. Thanks for watching. And make sure to subscribe to Welcome to the Movies. We'll do more of these trailer reactions throughout the year. And hopefully some movie reviews as well once some of these movies come out. See you later.